All right, hey guys, what's up? Vic here with you with Nigel Yates, and we're going to be talking about East Age Academy. Nigel, how you doing?
Hey Vic, great to see you again. How are you? I'm doing well. I'm doing well, keeping busy, as you well know.
Yeah, I'm doing awesome, brother. I'm doing awesome. I can't wait to get into the East Age Academy topic. So what we wanted to do here, you're watching this. Obviously, you have East Stage, which is your hub, which is your home on the internet, right? And so we are opening up East Stage Academy right now. And so we wanted to talk about this, right? So I wanted to bring Nigel Yates, who is the person in the head of that department. So he created the entire academy. He is the guy. So what I wanted to do is a few things here in this video. Please watch this to the end before you enroll in the academy so that you know exactly what you're getting into, exactly what this is about, what this will do for you, why you need this, how you can work with this, and really what's the big picture about this, right? So first and foremost, if you're not familiar with Nigel Yates and really his background, Nigel, a couple minutes here. Who are you? Just tell everybody who you are, your background a little bit.
Oh my goodness me, where to start? So I've been with the 4% since it started, Vic, and so I've been on the entire journey, which has been such a learning experience for me, and loving every step of it. And if I can give you a very condensed overview, a long time ago when I was 15, I joined the British Army. People don't believe me when I say that, but I got on the train, went to the selection center in Birmingham, UK, spent 3 days going through tests and all the rest of it, running interviews, essays, all that good stuff. Made the grade, and 3 weeks after my 16th birthday, I left home and joined the British Army for what I thought might be a couple of years. Turned out to be a lot longer than that, and I had a 30-year career. Which was fantastic. No regrets. Loved every step of that. My career evolved as I was a serving officer in the army, and I ended up working in things like information systems and applications and software development for deployed forces, and that was some of my last jobs were in those areas in the Army's headquarters in Andover, UK. But towards the end of that, I was ready for a change. I wanted to do something for me. I was already working on the internet, really just trying to learn and teach myself this whole internet marketing game. How do you actually go about doing that? But I was doing it spare time, and work really just consumed me, and I couldn't really commit to it for a number of reasons to do with overseas deployments and all the rest of it, active duty. So the big decision, the biggest decision was when I was 15 to join the army, and I think perhaps the second biggest decision was some years later to leave the army. And when I decided to do that, I decided I was going to go online full time, which was a huge step. I mean, talk about burning the boats, but that's what I did. And it hasn't been an easy journey for sure, but I stuck at it and learned a lot. My background helped too, of course, but here I am, still working hard online, and I love the style of work and what we do, and long may it continue for sure.
Love it. So you guys, Nigel, when I saw, let me kind of give you a little backstory how East Age Academy came about. So, we created. My message has always been and always will be: build yourself, right? You gotta operate. If you were to operate as an entrepreneur is somebody who can create and operate a business, right? Taking on risks, financial risks, and otherwise that most people are not willing to do. Now, there's a big difference between somebody running affiliate deals, right, and somebody who operates like a business, while also, they might be running affiliate deals. But how do you structure this whole thing? So I'm looking at what's going on in the industry out there. And there is, sites like ClickFunnels, there is Lead Pages, there is all these, tools and all these little, platforms that people use to build funnels and stuff like that, to auto webinars. But that's not a business. That's a tool to get you a sale, right? But, and so there's nothing that where entrepreneurs could really, tap into to really build themselves a presence on the internet. Now there is sites like Theme Forest, that we can go to, and like get a theme for a website, and then you have to be like a geek or a rocket scientist to figure out how to make it, how to massage it. So you got to know like programming skills, design skills, how to tweak it, how to make it custom to you. And so we were looking at that. I'm like, there's nothing that exists out there. So we wanted to build a tool. I wanted to build a tool for myself. I wanted to build a tool for our best students in 4%, to help us bring that vision to life, and that vision being developing true entrepreneurs. So that's why we created eStage as a platform. So, as you know, this is a system. It's a theme-based system technology that we have created, and it's a little bit different than what people might see out there from like buying theme forest theme or something like that. But it's a WordPress. It's built on a WordPress platform, so the possibilities are endless, right? And so a lot of people, we have, at the time of me shooting this video, obviously well over 1,000 people on this platform, and people love it. But so then people come to us, they're like, we want to master it. How do we make our eStage look awesome? How do we make it look completely custom to us, to what our vision is? And the possibilities with when you have a system that's built on a WordPress platform, because WordPress powers, what is it, Nigel? Do you know that the actual data? 70%.
Sorry.
How many websites does WordPress power on the internet?
Oh, Vic, I wouldn't like to say. I'm sorry. It's an incredible number.
Yeah.
It's
Like
very much the platform.
70 or 80 million or something like that websites being powered by WordPress. So there's Fortune 500 companies. Some of them use their sites and their hubs being built on WordPress. So the possibilities there are endless in terms of what you can do with your eStage and how you can develop it. And so we have different categories of people. There is complete beginners, people who have no idea, what a domain name is, what a hosting account is, and how do you set this whole up. To other category of people that are kind of like mid-level, they guys like myself, a little techie, but not too techie, but I'm no beginner either, So there's a need for these people to be able to take them to the next level. Now there's a third category of people. These guys are more like experts, right? So they already know how to work with WordPress and how to do a lot of the a little more technical stuff. But there is also another level to them. So when you have whatever it is that you're doing on the internet, see, what you have to think about and structure yourself is that if you're promoting affiliate products, if you are an affiliate, you're watching this. Maybe you're promoting, our products from the 4%, right? You love the ecosystem, you love the marketplace, you love the products, great. Maybe you're promoting ClickBank products. Maybe you're promoting a company over here that you're building with, or an opportunity over there, or your own products. See, everything has to revolve around you. Okay. Now that you, all right, is your hub, and so that's why we say people are homeless on the internet. There will always be trying to do something and always kind of guessing and hoping that they live in this hope land. Well, the intention here and the intention behind eStage Academy is so that you could get educated. You can have a place to go to that literally walks you through step by step, right? Like paint by numbers kind of scenario, depending on what level you're at right now, even if you're starting out brand new, or if you're somebody who's more advanced, to help you build your hub. Okay, your presence on the internet, that stage of yours, so that whatever it is that you're doing, everything comes home, right? Everything you build in you. And this is how you build yourself a solid, long-term, successful empire on the internet. Now, the man to lead you to that process is none other than Nigel Yates. And let me show you, how long was it, Nigel? A couple months ago or something like that, maybe a month, 2 ago.
Yeah, well, it was early August, just the beginning of August.
So you flew out to our 4% office here in South Dakota,
yeah.
and sit down in the studio, and we created a blueprint for eStage Academy. Now, in a moment here, I'm going to actually show you a demo site that Nigel is working in. It's like a working site that he is building out and showing, as he is doing that kind of stuff in the academy. So in a moment, I'm going to show you that. But before I do that, Nigel, let's talk about what is inside the academy. Why is there a need for the academy? Why is there a need for somebody to enroll in eStage Academy if they have eStage. And then let's walk through, there's four main components or four main pillars of the Academy. Just kind of give me a quick rundown of what's
Yeah, sure, Vic. Yeah, absolutely. I mean, initially, the intent is to give people the sort of hand-holding training that's going to get them set up. So I set out that the aim was to take somebody, no matter what their experience online really, but to show them how to go through the process of get a domain name, hosting, WordPress installation, eStage installation, and then building out the pages on their website, on their hub, so they can actually have that presence online. But it's not enough just to do that, because that will get people started, but that's where the journey really begins. So the concept of the Academy was to take the long-term view, because once you build a website and you actually own your own hub online, that's when the work really starts, because it does require time, it does require effort to maintain it and to add content to it. It's not a static that sort of like business card you just leave parked on the internet. You want to really own that and take it forward. So the Academy is where we go so much more beyond just setting up a static site that you're going to leave. But so we'll go through a number of things. So we'll get you set up, creating pages, getting set up with plugins, getting set up with images, etc. But we then go beyond that with a little hub mastery, if you will, which is where we can really sort of get into some of those subjects, some of those issues that most people don't even know are necessary to build a professional site that's going to actually serve you well online. So let me give you an example in the hub mastery space of the sort of training. So people will build a site, and I think then just expect by some kind of internet magic that the search engines will be all over it and index your site, and people will find you, people will come and connect. Well, it takes a little bit more work than that, and in particular, telling the search engines exactly what content you want indexed on your site. So typically, that's going to be pages and posts that you've written. Google Search Console is the way to do that, and connecting your site maps to Google Search Console is a huge step that is often overlooked. People don't even know you need to do this or you should do this. They think plugins are going to just save the day and make it all happen, and the search engines will love you. We can be smarter than that. We can be more professional than that. And that's just the kind of thing in the Hub Mastery that I really want to try and deliver to the Academy. And there's much more than that. That's just one example.
So we've got the core. So the Academy constitutes of several pillars, right? So there's a core.
Yeah. So we've got the core is the foundation layer. It's the building blocks. It's getting you started out of the gate.
It's literally, Nigel. Let me ask you this: so if I'm completely beginner, like I don't know what a www stands for or domain name is or anything like that, right? So the core, I plug into the core section of the Academy, and it literally lays out the steps that I need to follow, and you show me as a complete beginner how to get myself up and going.
Yeah, we make it really simple. It's the foundation layer, and it'll just take you by the hand. But I think, when we first discussed this concept, Vic, the idea was also not to deliver just some static training in the form of a number of video modules.
Yep.
I just want to kind of, maybe now's a good time to mention, it's a live environment. So I'm with you on this journey as we go forward, and we'll be doing Hangouts, we'll be doing Zoom meetings like this. I'll be able to troubleshoot any problems, not necessarily on it for every individual, but certainly where there are trends, where there are perhaps in the training if something wasn't understood well, I'll be there to reinforce a message or explain something in more detail or add something new as we evolve. The internet's always evolving, so as is eStage. So I want to be there also to say, here's the changes, here's what you need to know, and really just be there to serve the community. That's kind of what it's about. But yes, absolutely, the core training, the foundation layer is going to get them out of the gate, get their eStage installed, set up, configured, and then ready for content to be added. And that's where the sort of transition, we go from the core training, which is the training we did when I came to see you in Sioux Falls, and we sort of move into the Hub Mastery phase, which is where I say, great, now you've got your site set up and it's looking good, and you've got the photographs in. It's got the look and feel that you wanted. Now we start to go a bit deeper into some of those subjects you might not have even thought are necessary for your site. And the site mapping with Google search is a good example. People think, hey, but I've got the Yoast plugin, it's all taken care of. No, that's not exactly true. It's part of the solution, but not the whole solution. So that's just one example. We'll also go into things like security, site security, backups for your site, error handling, and so much more besides. I see you've pulled the site up there. Can I just say a couple of words about the site, Vic?
Yes, go ahead.
Called it, it's a demonstration site where I want to show people, I think I've used the words to inform, educate, and inspire. So the site is there to give people an idea of what can be done, to help sort of fuel their own imagination through examples, but also it's a test site. So as we go forward, if there are ideas that people say, how do I do this? Can I do, something? I can test it here and then show people to say, look, right, I ran a test. Here's how you do it, or here's my recommended way of doing it too. So it's my little playground. It's kind of a show and tell site to the community, the eStage community, and I can see right from the go, you've discovered that I've integrated a chatbot with it as well. That's also part of the Hub Mastery training, to say, you can use a chatbot, very good for engaging with visitors. And I'll be going through chatbot training too, as to how to go about setting that up.
Yes,
in the bottom right corner of the screen.
Chatbots is a big thing right now.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, I mean they're great fun, used in the right way, and highly engaged. In the bottom corner, came up on the screen there. You can see the red circle, which is the sort of the live chat feature of the chatbot I've got installed, and the screen pop up had just come up as well. So it's there.
So you've got a video background here instead of a static image.
Yes, there it is. There's a video playing. There's a number of different features going on there, just the way I've added images and set up blog posts.
So basically what you guys are learning is, as Nigel teaches you, he actually builds out this site. And so you've documented your journey there, right, Nigel?
Yeah, exactly, Vix. And I just reiterate, so if someone says to me, I don't know how, or I'm struggling with, or can I do this? Mm-hmm. I'll use the site to answer the question. If I can demonstrate a feature that way, I'll certainly do that. So it'll help people see what can be done. There's a few videos there.
Yeah. See, you all these little custom buttons here. Subscribe to my channel. You review different things.
I mean that button's an example. I've done some videos showing how to do that. Not because it's just a button, right, but because the button links to a subscribe to my YouTube channel option straight off the bat. So it's not just a link to my YouTube channel as a demonstration. It's a link to a subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Love it. So these products here, if somebody does, like if I don't have my own product to promote, so I can use my hub, right? Like this is the kind of stuff that I teach. Like you can link out to affiliate offers here. You can actually promote affiliate offers. You can SEO affiliate offers. You can run, all kinds of traffic to affiliate offers through hub, right? And you will never be banned. Like you can do all that stuff if you have your hub, which is an awesome idea.
Exactly. I've also, on the blog posts themselves, there's a sidebar where I for demonstration purposes, I've included, if you sort of click on that eStage image, it'll take you to a blog post.
You want me to actually go to the actual?
Yeah, you might as well. While we're just chatting, I'll just do one more. If you scroll down a little bit, please. There, you'll see on the right side that there's
it's like a little banner.
It's a Google AdSense. I was asked the question, can we install AdSense into eStage? So yes, you can. Wow. So I did a little test. I'll be showing how to do that as well as affiliate banners for the sort of closer to home MSIs like ClickFunnels, like
Yep.
ClickMagic, Aweber, GetResponse, that kind of thing, and to have banners in that space. There are some installed. It's not showing on the browser at the moment, but
so
I'll be showing.
if I wanted to make a post, and this is the kind of stuff that we teach and will continue to teach inside the academy and also in 4%. You should be incorporating multiple sources of income. So if I have, let's say, if I make a post or something like that, or a vlog or something, and it's talking about a particular thing when I'm reviewing, or if I'm given a piece of content, piece of value, if there are other relevant tools or resources that can be added, right? I can certainly link out to them through my affiliate link, and by default, just without really selling it, I can be generating additional sources of income as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Love it. So let's go to About Me page here. Let's take a look at what you got here. Nice and image rich, picture rich. So I see, tell me about this. So you're monetizing what I do with the 4% Entrepreneur Show. What's the thinking behind that?
Yeah, I mean, it's literally just leveraging you've been doing some great content there on the 4% Entrepreneur Show. So I just put that in there.
Yeah.
So you can see how you've got the scrolling videos at the bottom, the thumbnails, which show sort of each episode. And as you click on one, the blue button just above is a link back out to the actual videos themselves, and they start to autoplay in the window above. So it's a useful feature, I think, for showcasing some great video content. There are no affiliate links in there or anything like that. It's literally just showcasing the videos you've been doing, Vic. So
but see, what you can do here as well is you can leverage what I do on the 4% Entrepreneur Show. And if this was, this is obviously a demo site, but let's say this is your site, you're watching this right now, this video. This is your site. If you can do something like this, and you can leverage the content that I'm putting out every week on the 4% Entrepreneur Show. And if I'm talking about, the 4% challenge, if you happen to promote that product or the traffic training or any other things that we talk about that we kind of reference in the show, what you can do is you can put your own link, your own affiliate link. And so you're building an audience around your home, right? Around your hub. And then you monetize, you serve them, you bring in great content, and then you link out to the resources through your affiliate links, and you're making money. It's really that simple.
Yeah, exactly. I think they're also, if someone's watching the Entrepreneur Show, that's a great subject to then write a short blog post about, with a link back to the content, to say, here's what I learned today. So if people are struggling with ideas about, what to write for blog posts, they could tune into the Entrepreneur Show and then just summarize what they've learned in that particular session in a neat little blog post. That's a great way to get started if you're not sure about what to write about, and just start to reinforce your own learning that way as well.
Yeah. Love it.
But like I say, I've been playing with ideas in there too, and that's got a vertical scroll feature going on as the header.
You interconnect them all with your social media platforms. And so this is work in progress, right? So let me go back here. Mike, let's talk about it. So this is work in progress. So there's core pillar, which takes you through the foundational stuff, getting you up and running, getting you set up. Then, Nigel, you go into the what you call hub mastery. This is where you do stuff, advanced, stealthy ninja stuff. Let's talk about this. So if I have ClickFunnels here, if I'm running funnels, right? If I'm selling other products and I'm literally marketing through funnels, am I able to connect ClickFunnels, for example, to my eStage, to my hub, and make that connection so that I can, have the two of those, both of them communicate to each other in some way creatively?
Yeah, you can, and I've done that. I have the ClickFunnels plugin installed. There are a couple of cautionary. There's a couple of things just to be cautious with, which I'll be teaching. So just to make sure. But yes, you can, and there's a couple of ways of doing it. So you can create ClickFunnels click pops, which are pop-ups on the page, for example, or you can just what I quite like is you can just link a ClickFunnels page. And what it then does is take on the URL becomes your hub domain name plus whatever you call the page, if that makes sense. So rather than adding a domain to ClickFunnels, you're kind of going the other way and adding a ClickFunnels page to your domain, which is great for creating a URL that doesn't start with the ClickFunnels domain name, which you then need to wrap up in ClickMagick, for example, or something like that. So absolutely, yes. And I mean, ClickFunnels, I love ClickFunnels. I use it every day. I'm a huge fan of everything that they do as a company and the opportunity. But my one criticism is that I don't buy into the idea that websites are dead, which Russell Brunson does kind of talk about.
They have to because they got to sell ClickFunnels, right?
I know, and I love the product, but I genuinely, hand on heart, don't believe that a funnel, even a really sophisticated funnel, can replace a website. And there's a bunch of reasons why I think that. Probably too many to go into now, but the flexibility from owning your own website, which you've talked about at the start of this video, is I think really important. So I see the two as complementary.
Yeah.
You have your hub, you create brand you, and that's where people can go to know, like, and trust you and build that relationship, and you link out. I think the funnels are just very complementary to that whole thing, and you can add them in, direct people to them, but they're not mutually exclusive by any stretch. Bring the two together, best of both. It's
really simple. It's really simple. You need to have a home on the internet. Your funnel is not your home on the internet. You don't own the funnel. ClickFunnels owns the funnel. You know, if ClickFunnels, God forbid, something happens to them and the company is like, oh, we can't host you anymore. Well, you ain't got no funnel, right? You don't have a home on the internet. So you use them. You use the tools, but you've got to have a home on the internet. That is why eStage gives you full and complete control over your domain. So it's on your domain. It's on your hosting, it's on your account, it's in your hands. You're the owner of it. Nobody can mess with it. Nobody can blacklist your domain. You're not sharing your domain with anybody else. This is you. And so you need to master this. One of your key things that you need to be focusing on every day in your business, which is building and maintaining your home. And so the maintenance of your home, this is where eStage Academy comes into play big time here. So we've got, Hub Mastery, all the, for all you geeks out there, you want to go into the advanced stuff, like how do I do all these crazy bots and chats and implement all these latest, gadgets onto my site. You will learn all that in Hub Mastery, part of the Academy.
You can see on the board behind me, 404 error handling.
Yeah, there you go.
If I do that.
Yeah.
That's another topic.
Right. So obviously we don't want to take too long here on this video. We can be here for all day talking about this, but you will get your hands on this, and you'll actually, as you go through the academy, this is going to put you in a whole different world of possibilities, and you're going to absolutely love it. There is a third pillar, Nigel, which you showed me, and I loved it, and you're calling it the 60-second digest. Talk a little bit about that real quick.
Yeah. Vic, I one of the things I struggle with sometimes is, I'm always watching videos and just searching for more content. And then I go back and think, where was that golden nugget mentioned in the video? Was it at the 10-minute point? Was it at the 20-minute point? And then you spend a long time having to rewatch the whole thing, just looking for that little soundbite that you really wanted to go over again. So I had a great idea while I was working out. Echoing what you often say about, I was doing your workout, by the way.
See, it helps, man. It helps.
Going off on a tangent there, but I was doing the big workout, and it hurt like hell. But anyway, I thought if I could just extract those little golden nuggets and put them into super short videos, 60 seconds, so people could have an area to go to where they could literally just digest little bits of content, just very easily, taking hardly any time at all. I respect people's time, and I know time is precious. And if we could just serve them up this content in an easy to digest format, I thought, could we do that? So I played with the idea of the 60-second window as being my limit in which to explain something. And it's been challenging. I don't deny. I've got to admit that's been quite a challenge, because once I start talking, I kind of keep going. So to actually just narrow the focus down and to be succinct to show exactly how to do something in 60 seconds. That was the challenge I set myself, really, to see, can we do this, and will it serve the community? Will it serve a purpose and add value? That's what I really wanted to achieve with this. So I've started producing those videos. There's quite a number already in production. I've got lots of ideas. I think what they will really serve is a kind of frequently asked questions kind of community. So when people,
give me like an idea, give me some of the topics that you have that you're.
yeah, well, here's a quick example, because you showed on the website just before the little red button that popped up, and I said, oh, well, that's actually a subscribe to my YouTube channel link. So I've done two videos. One is how to create a custom URL that will allow people to subscribe to a YouTube channel. There's sort of two parts to that, but you create a custom URL, and when they click on that, the subscription option comes up straight away. So how to use that, how to create that. And the other was simply just how to add a button to the eStage site, like the one you showed on the site there. I've done a video for how do I add my eStage license key. You know, just some very quick and easy sound bites. We'll get response API and tokens, for example, for when they're setting up the newsletter on the site. Where do I find the token? It's not easy to find in get response if you don't know where to look. Where's the API key? Just little things like that. There are so many little nuggets of information. So there'll be tips, there'll be how-tos, there'll be why-tos, there'll be golden nuggets, and anything else I can think
It's like go straight to the nugget kind of approach.
Yeah, well, that's what I hope. I really hope it'll become, people will just intuitively look there for useful information. The idea being that I can deliver it quickly because they've gone through the core training, so they have an understanding of the platform. By this stage, they have an understanding of WordPress and eStage. So I'm not trying to teach them all of that from scratch. I'm just trying to say, right, now in your dashboard, look here, do this, click that, boom, and just very, very quickly serve them up some value. That's what it's about.
Talk about the vault.
Yeah, well, I was just having a chat in the group yesterday. Yeah, I was having a chat in the group yesterday, and someone said, "Oh, they used the phrase vault." I said, "Oh, I like that. That's a great title." But for the 60-second digest, I'm already producing those, and I'd probably like to stick with that. But then I envisaged the vault. I mean, I've already sent you a blueprint, which is the getting started blueprint. So from domain to hosting to WordPress to eStage installation, putting that on a page and producing that as a blueprint. So I envisage the vault could be a place for those kind of documents and other documents too, where people could go for help files, how-tos, blueprints, that kind of thing. So another example, I know I mentioned this to you before. When it comes to things like spam prevention, there's different ways of handling that, and most people will say just put the Akismet plugin in and you're good to go. There's some truth in that, but I'll be explaining more. There's a number of things people need to know about that. But what's one of the great ways you can prevent spam is by putting a list of blocked words into the WordPress dashboard. As it stands at the moment, no plugins required. WordPress is actually quite powerful in this respect. Mm-hmm. So in the vault, it could contain my most recent list of spam words to add to the filters to block out that kind of content. That's just another thought I'm having about how to use it, how to use the vault and other content
so the Academy will continue to do this. We'll continue to expand.
Yeah, I mean that's a great point, and it's an important point too, Vic. I think is to say, I used the phrase talking about this to say, you know, you're not alone on this journey. We now have a community which will build and grow, and I'm honored to be leading that and setting it up. And through things like Hangouts, Zoom meetings, maybe webinars, additional videos, responding to feedback as well. You know, I will be very proactive, but I'll also be very reactive to what people are telling me about whether they're, you know, having gone through the training, did they experience any problems? I'll adjust as we go along and reinforce any learning as required to make sure people get the best training, the best advice. But also, I think, you know, this was a concept we discussed when I was with you. And I think as eStage continues to evolve, it's important that there is a platform and environment where we can say, hey, now look at, you know, these changes have been made. So either there's a new version to install, we show people how to install the version in case there's any problems.
Yeah.
But also what are the features and the functions of the new version. And going back to the site you showed, I can use that to demonstrate if there's a new feature being rolled out, for example, we can showcase that there. So it really will be a chance to just help people and show them what's going on.
People that are in the academy, they will always be on the cutting edge of what's happening, the latest, if there is anything that changes, like this will be the group of people that will be the most like, the sharpest tools in the toolbox, if you will, when it comes to that kind of stuff.
Yeah, if they're engaged with the content and the community, then we'll be serving up all the golden nuggets they need to know, really.
Love it. So and that kind of brings you, you already mentioned this, which is these ongoing trainings and Zoom. So in addition to the core training, in addition to the core, right, the foundational stuff, in addition to Hub Mastery, which is another pillar, which is the advanced stuff, in addition to the 60-second digest, which are those straight to the nugget kind of a territory of the academy that's being built out. In addition to the Vault, right, which is your resource, like your documentations, important things that you can just, get your hands on, blueprints and whatnot. On top of that, you're wrapping all of that around with ongoing trainings and Zoom meetings and stuff like that, like a community moving forward, growing together, collaborating on it, with each other, idea exchanges and all that stuff. What's working now? Where can we go? How can we make it better? And all that good stuff. So you're always you're there. This is your long-term kind of a vision that you're building out. You guys, let me tell you this. So Nigel, he might not say this, but him and I were talking about the possibility of where the academy could go, right? And Nigel, you were really speaking and advocating on behalf of a member of the academy. Like, I want these people to get the most value. I want these people to get the most educated. I want to provide them the biggest value for, and really give them as much as I possibly can, always be there with them. I'm like, dude, what you're talking about here is going to be like, it'll be like thousands of dollars, worth of price tag that we need to put on this thing. And you're like, no, I wanted to serve the community. I want to build the community. I want to help these people become more independent, and so what you guys are getting your hands on here with the academy, let me tell you this is top-notch, gold standard education, gold standard environment. You'll be very, very proud to belong to the eStage Academy community. I'll tell you that. Nigel, any final wrapping up comments before we let people, in the academy? You guys can go ahead and enroll right now. I'm not going to talk about the pricing because the pricing will depend, right? So, what we're going to do right now is we're going to open up to to our current eStage owners. So if you have eStage right now, you will have the first early bird, discounted enrollment because you already have eStage. Later on, the pricing will probably change. We're not going to get into the details here. You will see the pricing on this page reflected. Whatever that pricing is reflecting is your price at whatever is going on right now. Yeah, Nigel, any final wrap up, comments or anything that you want to say?
Sure. Yeah. There's a quote on the demo site. There's a quote on the demo site I added, and it says, I think the wording is, "The start is what stops most people." And I would just say to folks, if the whole thing sounds daunting, getting started, building a website, going online, don't let that stop you. I would just say, I gave you a little bit about my background. Up until about probably 2.5 years ago, I had zero presence online, mostly for security reasons because of my job. So when I came into this, I started from zero, and I had a major sort of mental, psychological hurdle to overcome to actually go public and be online, to have YouTube videos, to do anything that sort of stepped out into the public sphere, because I'd spent so many years keeping a low profile, if that makes sense. And so for me, it was massive. It was massive. It wasn't easy. So, I would just say to people, when it comes to getting started in whichever aspect of 4% or the challenge or being an entrepreneur you're currently at, just take that first step, be bold. Action overcomes fear and it builds confidence. So you have to just don't let the start stop you.
Love it. All right. So Nigel, looking forward to, obviously to seeing what you're going to do, with the Academy. I know you guys are going to do great things there. We'll have more information coming out. You guys stay tuned. Once you enroll in the Academy, you'll get access to the core training. You'll get access to, some of the hub mastery stuff. You'll get access to to all those key pillars. And then stay tuned for the schedule of like upcoming, trainings and webinars and hangouts with Nigel and all that stuff, like what's happening in the community. You will see a calendar of events happening. So just kind of stay tuned to that. Go ahead and get yourself enrolled in the Academy. This will be one of the most important things that you will be able to do for yourself if your vision, if your goal is to build for a long-term success, right? Like if you're here, you want to be like a flash in a pan type success, maybe I'll just push this offer. I don't really care about having a home on the internet. I'll just be homeless. Well, this is not for you. But if you want to create a presence online, if you want to create a true home, a place, that's why we call it the E-stage. If you want to have your stage, right, on the internet to where you can talk to the world, right, about yourself, about things that you believe in, about products that you're promoting. If you want to be able to create an environment to where you can create multiple streams of income and everything revolves around you, and you build this unshakable foundation, right? And your vision is to build yourself an empire. E-Stage and E-Stage Academy is critically important for your business. So go ahead and get yourself enrolled, and I will see you inside. God bless.